Keisha Jackson, your healthcare lady. And today we are in for a special treat because we're going to talk about the power of networking and how you can build your business from scratch to a six-figure business just by networking. And so I'm going to tell you just a little story about myself, how I was able to grow my business from my kitchen table to where I am today, having a multi-million-dollar insurance agency on today, and how I'm just so ecstatic and excited how our business has taken off just by through the power of networking. And so, hey, this conversation today is going to be for anybody who wants to build their business from scratch, for anybody who may already be in business and want to know just how can you grow your business organically. And so that's a major topic by itself. I was able to grow my business organically by the power of networking. So what do I mean by organically? In this business of insurance, so many people may go out and they may purchase leads for people who have asked for information on health insurance or life insurance or Medicare. But for me, I grew my business organically by going out, building relationships with people, telling people who I am and what do I do, and building a strong circle, a strong foundation, a long-term relationship that can help any business grow. So I haven't done my podcast by myself in a while, so I thought, what no better way just to just share some nuggets or some value, bring some value to you on today, to get my teacher mode on, right? And just kind of share with you some things that I know that I'm going to hit on for you today. And so for some of you may or may not know that I do have an insurance agency, Jackson Insurance Group, and we do have a pretty amount of agents on our team, about, I say 18, 19 agents on our team, and a staff of 9 people in the office. And so you're wondering, has it always been this easy? And the answer is no, it has not. Like I said, I started from my kitchen table. My kitchen table was my office. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I get up in the morning, I unpack my stuff in my bag, my computer, my tablets, whatever I needed, and I got to work. And it was dinner time. I had to clean off my table and eat off the same table. And so it became where it was just too much for me, trying to work from home, not having a dedicated office space, and to grow my business. And so from that, I decided to invest into a small space that I can just call my own. Literally, I rented out a cubicle, y'all, a cubicle. It cost me less than $200 a month just so I could get away from home. But that was the best thing I could have done for myself. Why? Because it took me out of my comfort zone to where I'm no longer working at home. I'm now working out where I can meet other people. Okay. And so by me renting that cubicle out, I was around other business owners who were also self-employed, building their business as well. And so it got me out of my comfort zone, y'all. I'm truly an introvert. Okay. I have realized I am truly an introvert. So like, I know what I do. I understand my business, for example, but when it comes down to me personally, I don't like meeting people. I don't like talking to people. Like, it's just, you're too much in my personal space. But in order for you to grow, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to go be intentional and find the right people to help you grow your business, but you also gotta help them grow their business as well. So you gotta be intentional. So right now, if you're saying, hey, I wanna grow my business, but I don't know how. I don't have the funds to go out and buy commercials. I don't have the funds to go out and buy leads. I don't have the funds to put into the marketing for the billboards or the radios, whatever marketing that you cannot afford. I'm telling you now, the power of networking can grow your business into a 6-figure and 7-figure business. How do I know? Because I done just that. And that what worked for me, and it's still working for me today. Okay, so I want you to, it would be an open conversation on today. So if you would, you need your pen and paper, write these steps down so you can keep these steps notated to yourself, and you can go back and figure out how you can get these things in place for your business. Again, doesn't matter what business you're in, okay? If you're a baker, insurance, sales, if you're, say, PNC insurance agent, if you're a marketing person, personal rep, no matter what you do, PR, no matter what you do in digital creator, it doesn't matter. Okay? It does not matter. This works for any and every business. So the power of networking, how is that powerful? So when you're wanting to network with someone, know this, it is not transactional. You cannot think you're going to grow your business if you're looking for a transactional between you and another person. Networking is you have to build looking to strive to build a long-term relationship with the individual and to have a mutual agreement to where you can help each other grow. So I'm going to say it again. It's a long-term relationship that you mutually agree that you can help each other in their business. That's what networking is all about. So get the transaction out of your head, because this is a long-term relationship. So when you're networking with people, you're looking for a group of people who you can connect with, who you can learn from, and you can help them as they also can help you. We have to quit trying to get involved with everybody who is not intentional to help you grow, and you have the wrong intentions as well. Okay? So that's what networking is all about. And why is networking so important? It's important to build that long-term relationship because you're looking for a continuation of growth. You're looking for a floor or a platform that you can grow from your network. You're looking for to build a communication node or a circle of people that you can connect with, and you can give back to that business or that person when you're networking with them. So it's important to build a strong circle of people that can help you. Let me ask you a question. When it comes down to your Facebook, some of you may have 4,000 and 5,000 friends on your Facebook. But let me ask you a question. How valuable is your Facebook right now? On your list of friends, is it valuable? Or do you just have the 5,000 friend list because it looks good, right? So when you think about networking and when you think about building a relationship, you want it to be intentional. You want it to be a strong foundation base. So therefore, no matter what you're needing, you can go pull from your circle, or if they need something from you, they can pull from you as well. That's why networking is important. So you have to, again, be intentional. So, and I'm gonna give some examples. So let's say there's several events that goes on around Tupelo area. I'm sure in your home area as well. So events that you can go to, right? And so let's say it's a business event, and you know that you've been trying to reach this person for a long period of time, right? And you know they're going to be there. So you have to go with the intentions. I'm going to meet that person at this event, and even have the questions ready to ask that person, right? You have to make the first step when you asking that person. So let's say, for example, if I have been trying to reach a certain doctor, and they're always busy, but I know they're going to be at this event where doctor's going to be at, I'm going to be intentional about meeting that person. I'm going to have the right question to ask when I'm meeting that person. And how do you know what type of questions to ask? You go to learn about what they do. You have to give first before you're going to receive back. Go seeing how you can give back to that person. So an example, you may say something like, okay, so what do you do? in your business, or what type of service do you provide? What's some good things that you like about it? What's the bad you like about it? You know, if you could change anything in what you do every day, what would that change be? Listen to what they're saying, because they're going to tell you something that will give you a clue if you can assist them or not. Okay? And if you can assist them, don't think about it being transactional. Think about, how can I assist them just through conversation, giving them some small nuggets they can take back right away and make those type of changes. So be intentional with your questions. Be intentional with what you're trying to learn. Be intentional on who you want to meet. You cannot go to a place of business wanting to network with people and just sit in the corner and expect people to come to you. You have to be intentional. Have a goal in mind. Say, hey, I'm going to go out and meet 10 people at this event. And for those 10 people, I'm going to ask these questions to see how I can be of service to their business and see how can I help them grow their business. I promise you, if you go and be a servant first, you are on your way of building a strong network. And when you build that network, you hoping to get a relationship from it. You're hoping to get a lunching from it, right? So you go and you meet and you build so you can have a conversation later and have a sit down. And then now at this point, you're talking about your services you're offering. You're talking about what you can do, or you're even talking about what you're looking for and how they can assist you. So, for example, I have attended a couple of health fairs for our business. And so, of course, we're out there and we're serving the community, putting information out there for our potential clients that we can help on their insurance, whether it's Medicare, life insurance, health insurance, etc. But guess what? There are also vendors there as well who do what I do. So I want to find out more about the vendors. I want to find out more about their business. What is their service? Because I know what I can do. I want to find out what can they do. And then guess what I say? That sounds awesome. This is what I do as well. So how can I help you accomplish your goal? Right? Because no one's never asking, how can I help you? They're always wanting, you always want to get. But how can I help you accomplish this goal? How can I partner with you? Let's have a conversation over coffee. Let's have a conversation over lunch and see how we can help each other accomplish this goal. Listen, by me doing that, it has put me in the room with several people who I thought I would never be in the room with. Because I came to help, to be a servant, and to educate versus it being transactional. Transaction means a one-time transaction, right? And that's good. We like transactions too, but when you've been in a long-term relationship, think about how many more transactions you would get building a long-term relationship. So again, be intentional about who you're talking to. What are you going to talk about? Stay away from negative conversations. Stay away from things that does not matter. And be intentional. Again, remember, you got to give first and then you can receive later. Okay? Now, once you have a conversation with a person and you feel it's a good match for you, but you are in a networking setting, right? Don't stay with that person the whole time you're there. Because you have a goal. You got to go meet 5 people that night or 10 people, whatever your goal is. And you say, hey, it's a great meeting you. Give me your information. I want to have lunch with you. Let's be in touch. And after that, you actually follow up and you be in touch with that person. Again, because they're probably there too, trying to find what they're looking for. Because people have gaps in their business, right? We all have a gap. We all have what we're needing to grow our business. And so you're looking to find the right person who can help fill your gap, but also you want to see how you can help fill their gap. So don't get comfortable in a setting of that way. Go out, be intentional. Even if you're an introvert, let me tell you how you can get over that. Make the first move, right? If you're a true introvert, make the first move. Because the person who moves first, they win. You get it? they win. The person who speaks first win, because now you open up a conversation to them and you ask them a question. Now they have to answer your question. So guess what? Now you are in control of the conversation. So as your introvert, that's how you overcome your personal space, because now you walk into their personal space versus someone coming into your space. So you can control the environment. The next thing I want to talk about is being confident. You have to be confident in what you do. I know all the time, I tell my agents, the clients do not know what you know. So what I mean by that is, if I want to go meet a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant or whoever I want to meet, but for whatever reason I need to meet that person, I know that person he know medicine, he know law, he know how to do your numbers, your accounting, your taxes. They understand that. But I know insurance, and can't nobody tell me any different about what I know about insurance. So I'm going to go boldly and knowing and talking about what I know. Forget about what you don't know. Talk about what you do know. And if they ask you a question about something you're not sure of, you know how you can cap it off? That's a great question. I'd love to have lunch with you. Let's talk about it. Now, guess what? You're free from making up stuff that you don't know, and you still stay in control of the conversation, and you just invite that person to lunch. And guess what? They're going to agree to lunch with you. So now you got time to go back and get the questions answered and come back to the table and answer the questions for them. Also, too, when you are being confident, you have to dress the part. You have to be that person. You have to be that owner. Have to be that boss that you are. You don't want to look slouchy. You don't want to look unprofessional. You don't want your clothes wrinkled. You want to look well put together, because you never know who are you talking to. You never know the person that's standing before you. You never know that person also may have a connection that you're looking for. So always dress the part, look the part. And most importantly is this: know who you are. So, for example, when I say that is know who you are, know what you do, and know how can you help others, right? They call it the elevator pitch, right? So this is what I say, and I change it up from time to time depending on where I'm at. I say, hi, I'm Letitia Jackson with Jackson Insurance Group, your healthcare lady. We'll provide health insurance and Medicare for small businesses and individuals, where we help you save money and get better coverage. It was like, 30 seconds, 10 to 15, 20 seconds. That's my pitch. That's what I say. So on the end, I say save money, get better coverage. So I have a little jazz on the end to say, what do you mean save money, get better coverage? That's a conversational piece when I say that. Or I might say, well, we believe in being happy, healthy, and insured. Oh, wow. Happy, and insured. How did you come up with that slogan? So it opened up a door for conversation. So again, knowing who you are, what you do, and how can you help. Let that be your conversational piece. That's what you say every time. Be intentional. What I don't like is, I'm Letitia Jackson. I do insurance. I'm the owner of Jackson Insurance Group. Guess what? Those people don't want to do no business with me, because I don't feel, they're not going to feel confident knowing that I know what I can help you with, because you're uncertain. You're showing that you're not sure. You're not being intentional. You're not putting yourself in a position to win when it comes down to being confident. So so going back to this right here, how can you grow your business? You got to get out there and you got to network, whether you network with one person or a group of people. Okay. You network by one person at a time. One person at a time. So let's say you got 5 customers. Think about this. How can I network with my customer? So I provide a service to my client or my customer. Now I want to know, how did I help them? What is their experience by me helping them, right? So by learning the experience and what can I have done better, once they give me the feedback and I correct it, now how can they help me grow my business? So now I'm networking with my current clients by asking for referrals. Networking can get you the referral. If you're in a group setting, remember, go and be intentional, not transactional, but intentional. Go expecting to serve and to help. Be a helper. And you will get all that back to you. I promise you. You have to do these steps in order to grow your business if you want to be a pillar in your community. So other ways of networking is there are events out there that you can volunteer for. Go and volunteer for those events. And when you go, have your shirt on, have your logo on, have something on that you do. And people start noticing Letitia shows up every time. Letitia, what do you do? You know what? I know someone who needs some help. Can you help them? Because by you showing up, you're always in the way. You're always there. You're always assertive. You're showing that I care. I'm going to show up every time. I'm going to be here. You're showing that you are accountable. So showing up for the occasion. Another powerful way of networking that helped me was mentorship. I knew I needed somebody to help me grow. So I have a good friend that this person, I didn't know anything about this person. I just watched them. I seen how they moved in their business. I said, you know what? I need a mentor. And I want you to be my mentor. I said it just like that. And she could have said, what do you mean no? But she said, okay, what do you need? I said, listen, I don't know much about the town. I really want to grow my business, but I don't have a lot of money, a lot of funds to grow my business and get the word out. And you know what she did? She took me under her wing and she showed me exactly what needed to be done. And the best way I grew my business was I got involved in my community. Getting involved in your community is strong because it shows that you're caring. It shows that you really care what's going on in your community. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, I want to grow my business, but I had to give first in order to receive. Because you never know who you may run into as you being a servant. Like I said before, by me serving in the community, it opened up doors in places I thought I would never be in front of because I showed I cared. And by you showing they care, they say, you know what, she or he cares so much, I can respect that and they can handle my business for me. So the power of networking, growing a strong community, taking the first step initially, showing up for the opportunity, showing that you're here and that you care. And there's so many other ways that you can network with people. You may need a mentor. You may need guidance. You may need new clients. You may just network just to have a group of people that you can be with, you can inspire. Remember, networking is I give and I receive. I give and I receive. It cannot be single-handed. It cannot be one-sided, or else it does not work. So because I networked it, and it's not an overnight thing, y'all. It really takes time. It takes a lot out of you because you're here and you're there. And so it will have you spread it thin. But one mistake I learned was I was doing everything under the sun until I realized that I needed to go to places that I need to go places where I know where my presence is needed, or I know I need to get something from this group or this person. I'm going to show up and I'm going to be a sponge and I'm going to sit there. I'm going to just take it all in and learn from this group of people. I'm going to learn from just sit back watching what's going on. And so from networking, let me tell you, again, from my kitchen table to now 18 agents and 9 employees, I know a little bit what I'm talking about. So I understand if you're a business owner just getting started and you don't have the funds to grow your business, through marketing, because marketing is expensive. Getting out in the community and networking with people can help. And there's so many different ways you can network. You can help volunteer, you can sponsor, whatever that, find out what they need and just be in the way. And I always say this right here, your net worth is your network. What I mean by that, when you're building your network up, you want to strategically build it up, because whoever's in your network is what you're worth. Okay? So if you're building just people who not bringing you any value, your network don't have any value. So be intentional about it. I go back to the Facebook thing again. At your list of friends, how many of those friends are intentional? Can they really bring you value, and can you bring them value? And if the answer is no, you need to revise your network. Be intentional about what you do. By me going places, communicating with people, learning has got me on stages that I would have never thought I'd be speaking on. Got me on stages where I spoke to over 2,000 agents. Got me on jets flying from city to city, speaking to other agents on how to grow their business. But all through networking. All through networking. So don't look at where you are. Look at where you're going and be intentional about what you're doing. And another thing I want to drop here is this. Is you have to understand that you have to change your mindset when you're doing these things, okay? You can't go in thinking, give me, give me, give me. You have to change the way you think about it. If someone said, if you come and hang out with me and on the other side is $100,000 there, how much would you really wait on it and be patient on it? Would you really work it until you get that 100,000? I think you would. So you have to change the way you think about the networking, because networking is putting time and effort, but you're building a long relationship. Let me ask you a question. Let's say you have a clientele base of 3,000 people, and a person is coming to you wanting to network with you. But you have never seen them, you haven't talked to them, they're not in the community, they're not doing anything that you value yourself. Why would I give you access to my clientele base when I worked hard for it? When I was out here day and night sweating blood and tears, when people told me no, when I didn't have the money, when I was struggling, couldn't afford $1 cheeseburger, right? Why would I give my net worth away to someone who's not even in my network? So you think about that, then you have to change your mind, say, oh, they got what I want and it's very valuable to them and it's valuable to me, so I have to strategically work it. So change your mindset about the timing you put into it. And you also will find quickly, if a person you're attached to is not reciprocating, giving you what you're needing, detach yourself quickly from them. Real quick, because now they're leeches trying to just leech onto you to see how can they win. Okay, number 2 is understanding your purpose. This is a big one. I go through these steps on my talks, on stages. I even have classes about these steps that we can go deeper into. But you have to understand your purpose of why you're in business, purpose of why you do what you do, purpose of how you can help people. Understand the purpose of why do I need to network with this person? Because I know my services or my product or whatever that is that you needed from them or they need from you is valuable, is purpose, it's a purpose behind it. Understanding your purpose and what you're doing. And then the last thing is your identity, right? Knowing how to identify who you are in business, learning how to identify who the correct client is for you, learning how to identify who should be in your circle, learn to identify what's the right product, the right service, the right market for you. You have to know all these steps in order to be intentional. At what point are you networking? You don't even know what you're doing. I got a number. Great. Now how can you gain from that number? I'm in the past, I had so many numbers I was too scared to call because I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared. So be prepared. Be intentional about what you do. About your network. How you can grow it. I promise you, if you just take some of these steps and you just think about it, if you just think about it, you can grow your business to the next level. Because people in your network, in your circle, they want to see you win. They want to see you grow. So if you're providing them, helping them, they're going to help you too. So I say we're stronger together because we are stronger together. So understanding that. And then the last thing I want to leave with you is you have to activate it. Put it to action. Move forward with it. What good is you getting information and not utilizing it? Activating your steps. So if its first thing is, all I know is go out here and meet people. Well, go meet people. Guess what? Because over time, you'll get better at it. I promise you. You'll get better at it. You know what? You may even say, hey, I don't do these type of things. I'm a little nervous. Hey, guess what? That's an icebreaker. They'll laugh at you and say, okay, well, I'm John. Nice to meet you. But you just got to get out your comfort zone. Your business will not grow if you continue to stay in your comfort zone. It would not grow. How are you going to grow when you're comfortably here? I'm comfortable in my office, y'all. I really am. But I have to get out amongst the people to tell them who I am. They got to see my face with the name. What good is you knowing my name, but you don't know my face? And I could be standing right in front of you and you don't know who I am. That's a problem. But you got a business and a service that I can help you. But you don't know who I am, nor what I do. So you're going to be your best person to advertise yourself. When you get into the right circle of people, people will talk for you and speak for you, but you have to be the best advocate for yourself. So if you ask yourself, where do I start? How do I find people? Guess what? Go to your neighbor. Go to your neighbor. That's your first prospect. Well, not prospect. That's your first networking person. So, question, do your neighbor know what you do? Because if not, it's a problem. If you have a neighbor and they don't know you're in business and what you do, you're not talking enough. You're not speaking enough. You're not telling people what you do. That is a problem. How many of you got family members don't know what you do? It's another problem. Friends, families, neighbors, start there. If you go to church, how many in church know what you do? Churches are best. I found they are good because they want the education. They want the knowledge. So you go to that pastor and find out, what do his people need? How can you assist them with that? And then you think about the service you offer and how can you truly educate them on the service you offer. And what I mean by that is don't go saying, I can sell you life insurance. I can sell you health insurance. I can sell you a cake. Talk about the process that you provide as a service. Talk about the pain points that they have issues with. Educate them on the process. So how can I be a help to them? Right? Being a help to them, educating them will get you in bigger circles, bigger crowds, and will knock down several doors that you thought you would never be able to walk into. So be creative. Think about it. There are free events everywhere. Look up into your city, CDF, or your Chamber of Commerce and see what's events that's out there that's free. and go and be a part and show your face. And I also found wearing a name tag when you go, show them that you are inviting yourself for a conversation. You're saying, I'm here, I'm open to conversation with you when you're showing up. And sometimes it gets tough when you're the only female in the room. Trust me, I know. It's tough when you don't know anybody in the room. You're the only person in the room. It's tough. But the more you go out and you just speak and you just tell what you do, you start getting comfortable with it. You start being more skillful in your conversation and your speaking. You start being more intentional about what you're doing. So again, learn how you can be a help to people and educate them how you may can assist them in such a way. And then when you assist them, don't look for it being transactional. Because our network, you also looking to build a relationship like a friendship over time. So that's how I was able to build my business from scratch to making 6 figures. So you know the story. I door knocked several doors for people who needed affordable health insurance. So I look at it this way. Door knocking was another way for me to network. Because I'm going into the business owners, asking them they need affordable health insurance. If the answer was no, who else do you know who may need it? This is what I can do. This is how I service. This is how I help. And becoming a partner of theirs, networking with just people I didn't know. And then all of a sudden, when you help that one person out, they're going to speak for you. They're going to refer out for you. So now all of a sudden, you got referrals coming at you all different directions because you're planting those seeds. You're planting good seeds in good grounds. And it's going to grow. It's going to grow. If you just be intentional about what you're doing. So whatever business you're in, be intentional. Find out what the events are. Go, learn, introduce yourself. And you'll be surprised how far your business will take you. The power of networking can get you a 6-figure business. So that's all I have for today. I'm not sure if we got questions. Like I said, we have an open question form on today. So if there are any questions that you want to, hey, ask me, feel free to ask me. I would love to answer any question that you have. Do we have any questions that we see? No questions? Okay. All right. So while we're waiting on questions, let me tell what we got going on here at Jackson Insurance Group. So on next Monday, December 14th, that is the Diabetic Awareness Day, we're having a free event where we have 2 powerhouse doctors. Dr. Vernon Rayford and Dr. Nancy Hook will be there telling you about diabetes awareness, also giving out free cookbooks, free exercising equipment, just all kind of things there. But guess what? That's a great networking event you can come to because you don't know who you might meet at the event. That's what I mean. Come to the event and you may meet somebody who knows somebody can get you in the right place. So yes, it's educational and you're going to learn something that you didn't know. But think about this. You don't know who may be in the room who can help you, is what I'm saying. So that it will be at the CDF at 398 East Main Street from 6 o'clock to 7:30. From 6 to 6:30, we'll be getting blood pressure checking and diabetic checking, I think, as well on that. And then we'll have free information to you and also prizes you can win. You're also going to learn about different health insurance plans that can help you on your diabetic medications, y'all. So it's really important. Information is out there. Okay. Okay, we have a question, I think. What form of networking was most successful for you? Door-to-door, flyers, events, and etc. Great question, Sean. So, Sean, I got this from somebody else. I'm going to piggyback off of what they said. Everything works a little. Nothing works a lot. So what I mean by that is it was some of everything that I did that grew my circle, that grew my platform to get several referrals. So door-to-door was a major. Now door-to-door was major for me because I got in front of so many people. But I also put out flyers everywhere, right? Flyers everywhere I could think of that was free. Churches, bulletin boards, listing probably on cars, which was illegal in some areas. I don't know, but I did everywhere. Not only flyers, we had like those stakeholders you put in the ground. Those things were very successful. And events, I come very, very well at events. So one thing I learned about events is that people always like giveaways at the event. So I make it fun to where people can register and win from the event, win a prize. And from that event, we're collecting information that we can call those individuals back about how we can do and service them. So I say all of it worked out for me when it comes down to doing those types of activities. Okay, also too, I want to announce that on November 22nd, Jackson Insurance Group will be giving away over 100 plus $25 food vouchers to Todd's Big Star. Okay, so it's one per family. There's no stipulations. There's no age limit. Just one per family, giving out over $125 food voucher at Todd Big Star on November the 22nd. It's just a way to give back to the community. Okay, so listen, even if you don't want a food voucher, you never know who you're going to meet at the event. You never know who is showing up. You never know who know somebody else. So I will be there meeting and greeting and passing out my card. That's how I would do certain events. If it's okay, if that person don't mind you networking. So you get permission first. But guess what too? When a business is doing something like that, like a ribbon cutting or a grand opening or a giveaway to the community, show up and assist them. Say, hey, I'm just here to support you. And assist them. I promise you, you're going to gain a relationship from that. Because how many people you know actually assisting somebody in their business and you're not charging them a dime for it? You're really trying to help. Another great way of networking. So again, November 22nd from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. or till they all gone. I tell you, at 9:30 the line already be long. So, but also too, I'm going to have a link because we're also giving away 2 $100 gift certificates to Todd Big Star. And you can go register on WTBA for that. I will have a link where you can go register. So we're doing 2 giveaways. We're doing, I think, 120 $25 food vouchers to Todd Big Star on November 22nd, 1 per family. And then we're doing 2 $100 voucher food giveaway from Todd Big Star where you can register on the link with WTBA, and I'll provide that for you. Again, the power of networking. Another way how you can give back to your community is giving back in certain ways is this right here. We've been truly blessed to be able to give back to the community. So think about this. I'm in a community, right? I've learned from them. I've grown from them. Now, how do I give back to my community? And it's the way that I give back to my community. If it wasn't for my community, my business would not be where it is today. So you can never forget the power of networking and who you come in contact with and how they help you grow your business. You have to give back. The more you give back, the more you will receive. So, coming together, educational event. Also, too, I'll say have your own educational event. Put together a free seminar. Whatever it takes. Get a group of people and come together and just give back. If one person show up, or if 10 people show up, or 30, it doesn't matter. Just continue to give back, continue to educate, and it comes back to you. So, we have any other questions? No other questions? So I hope that this episode has been very informative, very educational on just, if you think about networking, think about how can I grow my business, think about how can I get into community. This is one of several things you can do. Okay? There's so many things you can do. It's one of several things. And this again is how I grew my business. One way is by networking. The power of networking is important. All right, you all. Thank you for tuning in. You all are my healthy loves. Have a good day. Bye.